Hey, Suzette. Welcome to Mr. Floyd Channelings. Welcome to our Tuesday Night Live with Mr. Floyd here, and of course, Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. Suzette, Ellen, get that out of the way here. All right, welcome. I'm going to turn that down. All right. No notifications. There we go. All right. And all right, there's three of us here. No, Millie's going to join us, but she won't be in the chat. So universal love, yes. All right. So how are we doing tonight? How's your universe? We'll give it a few minutes and see what who shows up here. Outside of, but if you can you hit the thumbs up as well? So from my end here, I was going to do this outside, but that didn't quite work. There's Millie. Back at home, unfortunately, it was way too windy. I did a sound test, and it's windier than you want to know what outside. And so, thank you. It's nice to see you too. Appreciate that, Alan. So yeah, it was way, way, way too windy. So you wouldn't hear much of me. You would have heard a lot of wind. And well, the answers are generally blowing in the wind. Don't want the channeling to blow into the wind. So there we go. All right. I hope everyone is doing well. Update from my end here. We did the first Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd. Thank you for coming and showing up. And we're going to do that again tomorrow. I had compromised at 6:33 in the morning, but that's just too early for myself, even though it may actually work pretty well. It'll be like 4:30 in the morning in the East Coast. But what we're going to do is at 8:33. There we go. So I compromise because there's a show that's on before that where some people might migrate from. And so I can't do it at 7:33. I could, but eventually it's not the right time because there's a couple other shows that come on live at the same general time. So tomorrow at 8:33, we'll start do Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd and Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we'll take it from there and try to do that daily, not on the weekends, but at least Monday through Friday. And if it's either raining or whatnot, I'll just do it from the apartment or the car or something of that effect. But all right. Other than that, that's about it. I'm grateful you guys are here. I'm going to go ahead and get set up for channeling here, and we'll bust this out. All right. Don't know what we're going to discuss. Generally, the energies have most definitely been about balance, balancing in the divine feminine, divine masculine, balancing in the dark and the light. Not even saying that you're strictly even a light worker. That's been coming up, which may be more of a gray worker or a shadow worker. Some of you guys, I know that for myself, I posted a video about triggering people that are light, triggers the darkness in others. And so really what that's come down to after some time is that shadow workers, where we're of the light, of course, but we work in the dark as well. So what we do is trigger other people's darkness. Our light is a trigger for their darkness. So if you get a lot of shade from people, if you've been getting a lot of shade in your universe, hey, we get 9 people here. How blessed. If your universe, we're going to see, is not balanced, where you go into a room and everybody seems to be after you, but you don't know why. That could be one of those reasons that you might be a shadow worker, and if that resonates with you, you'll know it, and it may come up in the channeling from Saint Germain here. All right, let's see who we got before we drop in the channeling here. There's 9 of us here. How blessed. All right, Millie, thank you. Ellen, Suzette. There's a couple names I did not recognize. Dora, thank you. Pandora, I do not recognize you, Pandora. Thank you for being here. Grateful for everybody who is here, and anybody want to spend any time watching me doing anything. I'm grateful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get set to channel here. Thank you, Angela. Welcome, blessed. Thank you for being here. And all right, so put head down, 5 seconds, back up, and we'll be channeling Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. And yeah. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome. We are grateful you are here. Thank you, Josh, for channeling us tonight. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday Night Live with us, Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. So we are grateful that you are here with us on your Tuesday night as well. If you're having tacos on Tuesday night, even the better. If you listen to the radio and had a Tufa Tuesday, and they played the same song, same band twice, like on the classic rock station. Good for you. Enjoy your Tuesday. So we are here. What are we going to discuss today? How is your universe going? Are you finding, and Josh came up with a very good point here, and this has been showing up in his universe. And generally, if you're seeing things in your universe that are circulating over and over and over again, are hearing words that are circulating over and over and over back into your universe again and again, then obviously you're getting a message. And for Josh and for some other people as well, you might be hearing certain words like balance. Are you hearing that word balance, for example? Are you feeling out of balance? What Josh has been getting and what has been coming up in the collective is really that we have been bypassing things, that you have been bypassing your darkness, and that you cannot, and we have said this before, but we are going to go into a little bit different way on this. Because Josh has figured out, and you might as well, that you might be what they call a shadow worker. Like you might be considered a change agent. There are different things that you are here to do, but it's all playing in the light nonetheless. And so that is what we are going to kind of discuss today, and where you might be or find yourself in the current energies. Are you finding that balance? And we had talked about your north node and your south node and your divine feminine and your divine masculine, but are you also finding balance in your shadow and overcoming your shadow so that you understand that you are the darkness as well, that you can play in the darkness as well as the light? Because you can sit here and you can say all the things that you want, but you cannot ignore the fact that you live on a planet of duality. You cannot ignore the duality that is on your planet by pushing away certain things, by saying I'm not dark, so we are just going to erase all the darkness out of my universe and just clear it away, and I am just going to be of light. Or you might, like we had said in the last video, that Josh had known somebody who, if you start talking about your darkness, then they will turn off the conversation because they don't want to hear anything that is not of the light. You cannot deny 50% of what you are. Your life is going to be 50% amazing, and most likely 50% kind of because you are in a planet of duality. So do keep that in mind. You cannot deny who and what you are. You are of the light, but you are also of the darkness. So when you are out there in your universe and you are creating in your universe, of course, you're going to create from a center of light. But if you are understanding that you had to, and this is where your duality comes in as one. If you did not have your darkness, your dark night, and your dark energies, the dark things that happen to you, you could not find your light. You would not be able to ascend, so to speak, not that you are doing anything. You are source. You are just the energy within you. Your body is what is ascending. It is releasing all of its heaviness and absorbing more light, which is all it is. You are of the light. But even that, in order to find that light, you had to first go through your darkness. You cannot dishonor that. It is through the darkness, through the dark times, through the dark night of the soul, through all the times somebody put you down or picked you last or beat you up or whatever happened in your universe, whatever it might have been. We are not here to say. Anything could have happened anything that you would have labeled, although there really is no labeling, but you label everything in your universe because you have to have some contextualization for what you are seeing and how you are, what is going on in your universe. So from your end, then, when negative things happen, when you thought that negative things were happening to you, what we are really doing is just showing you a version of a darker side of yourself so that you can eventually, I don't want to be that. I want to release that energy so that you can find your lighter side. Oop, there we go. Get off frame here. Your lighter side of yourself. So you want to release that, but you have to have that dark energy push into you first. You have to be of the darkness. You have to have those days where it's too heavy to even get out of bed. You have to have those days where it's too much to even pick your clothes up off the floor. Just putting on a pair of socks and putting on your robe maybe is all you can do. So you have to have those days first. You have to be consumed by your darkness in order to find your light. And you don't honor that. And of course, once you have gotten through your darkness, then you are a warrior of, not of the light. You are a warrior of the darkness. Because now you can sit in your darkness. You could sit there in your home and somebody could be like, I am in the dark night of the soul. Immediately you understand what they are saying. I have these repressed trauma from my mama. You understand what that feels like to have repressed traumas, or from your mama, so to speak, or whatever is going on. You now have that empathy where you can now walk into the darkness, through that person's darkness, meet them in their darkness to help find their light. You are a special breed, because most people will not go into that darkness. They find that the darkness, there's shadow. You do the shadow walk, so to speak. Same difference. But you are going into your darkness. And so most people won't do that. They start to feel that pain. They get to that wall and they stop. They do not honor their own personal darkness. How can you not honor who you are? You are 50% dark, you are 50% light. You cannot be your light if you are not your dark. So, and you cannot experience your light without going through your day. At least in this realm, of course, if you have out of this realm, then you are your light and you understand that. You are in non-duality. But in the duality realm, the way to get to your light is through your darkness. That's why you have your dark night of the soul. That's why you have your dense, we don't say it's your light trauma body. It starts out as your dense trauma body. All the things that happen to you, it doesn't attach to your energy field. Well, attached to your arc field, but it doesn't attach to you as source, the energizer bunny that is running, the energizer battery, so to speak, that is running your body. No. But what it does do is it attaches to your arc field. It attaches as dense, heavy energies, as dense trauma. So you start to, woe is me. Maybe you turn into Charlie Brown, so to speak, and you start carrying that energy that all these things are happening to me and that my universe is just out to get me, so to speak. When it's really not. We are sending you these things. We are putting you through these situations which you are ready. And we are going to state this. And this may piss you off. It may not. You may completely understand this. It is not for Saint Germain to care. But you created all of this in the first place. Whatever is going on in your universe that is dragging you down, that is not putting you in balance and not keeping you where you want to be, you created that situation. Not only through your thoughts and actions, but you also created it when you were up there. When you were sitting around with your council of elders. And if you don't know what the council of elders is, that is your, like the council of nine, so to speak. They sit around the table and you sit there and you go, okay, we've reviewed your past life. Here is your Akashic records, and here's what you are trying to do. This is your scope, at least in this path. You generally run paths. You're not just here on a one lifetime scale. So you might be, but if you're watching this, you are not. You are not the new soul going, I am on planet Earth. Not that we have new souls, but new cycled souls, so to speak. Everyone is generally here. And if you're watching this, you're at the end of, most likely, a very long cycle of lifetimes to accumulate so that you, darkness after darkness after darkness after darkness after darkness, lifetime, so that when you get to that final lifetime, that one where it converts, when you convert your darkness, you go through your dark night of the soul, be it a year, 6 months, 5 years, or Josh, 1.5, mostly 7 years, whatever it is, but it goes because he's in a 7 lifetime cycle. What is your cycle? So for whatever it is for you, you have to convert all that darkness into your light and push yourself. It's where you release the light, the darkness, you throw it away and get rid of it. It's like that Samson, you will say, everyone is carrying a baggage suitcase full of crap, so to speak. Well, this is the crap that you have accumulated. But the question is, and the sad thing that you are going to have to understand is that you created the entire cycle. So you are sitting there with your council of elders, you have your scrolls out, and you are trying to go, okay, I want to learn about, and we're going to do this because this is Josh's cycle. Whatever your cycle is yours. Abandonment. So we are going to learn about abandonment on your cycles. It's not going to be one lifetime. You're not just going to, it's not like your 30-minute sitcom, so to speak, on your plan, where everything just works out in there, all huggy-duggy after about 23 minutes plus commercials. No, that does not happen in your universe. Now, keep in mind, though, it's going to be multiple lifetimes, but from your end, it's going to feel like multiple lifetimes. From a really standpoint, from the real standpoint, all your lifetimes are stacked. They're right here. They're happening at the exact same time. So it's just poof, and you're done. But from your end, you're like this lifetime, and this lifetime, and this lifetime. The matrix, the earth field, the toroidal, non-linear, the earth field. Where time is in a scale like this versus like this. It's pretty amazing. So anyway, so you're going to feel like you have been going through this for a long time. If you can look back into your life, and we always recommend, and Josh will recommend this to everybody, and he always does. And eventually he will learn this himself. We will send him a teacher of some sort. But he is looking to past life regression sessions, because you are sitting here in your darkness, but you may not know the key reasons to your darkness. And in order to find your light, to separate, to find your balance in between, you have to know why you are sitting in your darkness. What is your core trauma? You created all of this. What is the trauma that you created to spin you off into a cycle so that you would learn that you are source in the first place? Whatever cycle you chose. Did you choose the martyr cycle? Did you choose the cycle, the abandonment cycle? Did you choose the I'm going to be full of rage? So that's my cycle. I want to be full of rage, or I want to be full of fear or guilt. Whatever cycle you are choosing for yourself in this lifetime, a lot of you are choosing like abandonment and loss and such, which is an easy cycle, but it does not take place in just one lifetime. So you come back. In each lifetime, it could get progressively worse before it even gets better. So keep all of that in mind. That's why we always suggest finding your core trauma. If you are sitting here going, I am adopted and I don't have any parents, you might figure out your core trauma is abandonment. But if you don't know what your core trauma is, aside from meditating and asking your guides, you can ask Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael, we will put things in your path to show you what your core trauma is, but you have to be slowed down to see it. And of course, we hope that you are. But, again, nonetheless, once you figure out what your core trauma is, then you have the ability to break the cycle that you are on. So you can push those energies, push better energies to the grand source field, which is really what you are here to do. So you are here to help navigate those who aren't of source to realize that they are through your energies as source. And of course, once you realize your source, then source goes poof. Hey, I'm source down here, over here. Fran turned to source. Anna is now realized she's source. Or Millie, she's walking around as source, carrying that confidence that she knows she is source. So there we go. Poof. Source now realizes it too and actualizes itself through Millie, and it's all a symbiotic thing. But from your end, you have to go through the darkness to get to that first. Once you realize that, once you have gone through your darkness and you realize it is all a play set up for you so that you could realize that you are source, it's a game changer, of course. But then at that point, then you can walk through other people's darkness. You can take them into their darkness. You can sit there with them and go, I have been there. I know exactly how you feel. I spent all night crying it out. I've been exactly where you are. And you can empathize and feel it. That is part of what you are here to do too. There's more to come. But eventually we could organize all of this and help other people, which is really kind of a goal. And it may be even something that we might be looking at doing in the future, is to kind of organize all of us who are awake, so to speak, are waking up, to help those who are in their dark night. Because when you are in your dark night and you are sitting there and you have no idea what the hell is going on, and you are just like, you have this veil all over you, and you are just crying it out, and you do not know which end is up. Wouldn't it have been nice to at least, either on the phone or Zoom or even face-to-face, have somebody who's like, I've been where you are. Kind of like, where they have this thing, I guess, in AA, where they do sponsors, I guess. So you could do like that. We are you sponsor. We are here to help you in your dark night. Because it is not a nice place to be. But you have to go through that darkness. Why? Because you have to clear your trauma body. Make it less dense. That's why you are here. You do not ascend. You are source. But it's the trauma body releasing all of that trauma, where it becomes now the light body, and then your body feels light. You don't even really feel it at all. You are just walking around as source, so to speak, within the body. With knowing that, yes, the traumas may still exist, of course, but you have released enough of that trauma within your field, off of your trauma body, that you are now of your light body, and that's how you can push more better energies into the grand source field. Really, that is it. When we're looking at the word balance, you have to find that balance. Are you denying for yourselves your darkness? Are you denying for yourself? Are you pushing it away? You're going, I am source love, so I should not be feeling this darkness. Just because you think you have ascended. And ascension does not ever stop, per se. You come back to earth next time and you pick up where you left off, so to speak. Even with a memory loss, you'll kind of poof, and you'll just really quickly ramp up to where you are. If you even come back with a memory loss at this point. But you will come back and ramp up to where you are. You are still never done ascending. You are always going to learn more. There's always millions of things for you to learn. The universe is never done teaching you, and to be honest, you're never done learning. One thing you could really, the best thing you could really say is, to be honest, we really don't know anything. Even as Saint Germain, I don't know much. I just know what I know, but it's not very much. And these are the information you could fit on the head of a pin versus the information of other universe. So think about that just a grand second here, and I am Saint Germain. We're not going to keep this very much longer tonight, but what I want you to do is find your balance within yourself. Are you denying when your darkness comes up? Are you denying it? Or are you questioning, okay, my darkness is coming up, or an old trauma reaction is coming up? Do you stop to look at where you're at? What is going on in my universe? What is it that I am doing? What kind of energies am I pushing out? What am I pushing or pulling into my frame? What am I thinking or saying? What is going on around me? These are things you might want to start to consider. As you are living in 3D versus 5D, 3D is just your trauma reaction gone berserk. Essentially, you're just, I am scared, I'm going to be the scared trauma reaction, and I'm going to take it out and blast it out to the universe. 5D is, I am scared, I understand I have a trauma reaction, but I also trust my universe, so I'm not going to act out in that way, nor do I trust that I really need to be scared, because I know that I am source and I can create all this, I'm creating all this anyway, so to speak, and that I am protected nonetheless. Be conscious of how you are acting then. If you are not conscious of that, you are just davishing through, then you are sitting in your 3D, your lower self. You are not finding your balance. You are not finding that yin yang, the balance, the wholeness of who you are, the dark and the light in combination. Use your darkness. Your darkness can be used too. You're allowed to get so angry that you want to make change. There's something like the Sekhmet kind of energy. We're going to put that out there as well. Sekhmet has been coming up in a couple of, I'm sure, in a couple of people's universes for sure, certainly in Josh's, and I know in at least one other person's, for absolutely sure. And we are not saying that you have to be all, I am going to be of love. Sekhmet energy there's nothing wrong with that kind of energy either. Isis and Sekhmet and all of that kind of energy. Saint Germain works with that kind of energy too. When you are in that space, you are pushing forward, and you can harnessing that kind of inside fire, so to speak. That kind of inside fire energy. You cannot deny that kind of energy either. You're on an earth which is all, and it encompasses all energies. Why would you not allow yourself to accomplish all energies to be all energies as well? You are of the light, but in order to, like we said, get to that light, you have to slog through so much darkness that you end up honoring that darkness as well, which is part of who you are. You cannot ignore that. So when you get angry, allow that to happen. When you have frustrations, allow yourself to be frustrated, but take that frustration and you can even move that energy. You can either just try to give it away, like I'm going to give this back to love, or ground it, or you can push it out, or you can also take that energy and say, what's next in my day? Push into that energy. Use that energy to fuel you into your next project. It's truly up to you what you choose to do. Most of you just try to block all those kind of energies anyways, and then you are creating blocks within your chakra field because you're not allowing full energy, the full energies of Earth of your universe really to settle in. You can't pick and choose the energies of who you are. You can't pick and choose. You can pick and choose your reactions to any energy, but you cannot pick and choose how your body is going to, your energies, your body is going to pick up, so to speak, or how it's going. It happens. You get angry, and you feel the anger in your body. Allow it to be, and then see the best way you can channel that. You have to go and do something. Well, go do that with that extra oof and ziff, but do it with love, nonetheless, but that extra oof and ziff from the anger. Or you can just transmute the anger by saying, okay, I feel it, but acknowledge those feelings first. Do not just try to stuff it away like there's the anger. Poof, I am source. It goes away. I do not feel these things. No, honor that. If you try to do that, your aug field is going to be broken, and you're going to see many more situations that will anger you until you learn to, because you are pushing something away, you are repelling something. If you repel something, it comes back at you even more with more force. And you get it more times. So if you want to repel anger, you're going to see more situations that will cause anger, until you learn to walk through that in your universe. So honor those things. You are not just light. You cannot just be light. It does not work that way. I am so sorry to tell you that, but it is actually, you are duality. You are on duality. You are on a planet of duality. You live in duality. Your universe is 50% good and 50% it just is. And you have to accept these things. So when you see the darkness, accept that as well. Call it out. Call out the darkness in your universe. Write it out, call it out, but give it acknowledgement. Failing to do so will bring more darkness into your universe. What you fail to acknowledge in your universe will show up in your universe 10 times more than just if you simply acknowledge it in the first place. Keep that in mind. We're going to end it here. We want you to really think about that. Think about your reactions in your universe. When something comes into your frame, first thing you always do is label it. This is positive. This is negative. You are the observer. The ultimate point in all this is just to stand and observe. Let the hurricanes spin around. You are the space in between. When you are standing in a hurricane, there's a clear space, the eye wall, and the hurricane moves over, and you are standing in the eye of the hurricane, but the hurricane is spinning all around you, but you are in a perfectly safe space. You look up, you see the sun, but if you look to your left, you see the hurricane. You look to your right, you see the hurricane. You look behind you or forward, all you see is the hurricane. But if you look up, you realize you're in a safe space. There you go. Keep that in mind. When things are spinning around you, just observe it. Just stand there. Do not react. You do not need to give everything in your universe energy. Absolutely not. You're giving so much energy away, you stop taking care of your own energy. So when something is dervishing by you or something happens, let it just happen. Just observe it. Okay, this happened. I got a bill. This bill is for $400. I do not know how to pay it. I am on earth. Bills happen. I trust my universe. You can react if you want, but then how you're reacting is what kind of return you're going to get on the energies for that bill. So if you're going to react in dervish and fear that you don't have 400, you're not trusting your universe. For one, when you are the source of your universe, dervishing up more fear, try to find that balance. Your reactions to your situation, so things in your universe, are going to put you in heaven or put you in hell, so to speak. Where do you want to be? How do you want to be? You've already been, if you are here, most of you, I would imagine, are gone through your dark night of the soul, are still picking things apart here and there, but are mostly done with your dark night of the soul. And if you are not, then of course, we give you so much favor and honor that and honor where you are. But if you are there, then you have choice. If you are still in your dark night of the soul, you may not have choice, but now you have choice. How do you want to respond? This is the 3D, 5D, the new earth. You can respond in the old earth manner, or you can respond in the new earth manner. You drop your coffee mug, do you say, oh shit, and cuss and flip out and run around, or do you just go, where's the broom? I'm going to go get the mop, and I will get another cup of coffee. No reaction. So much easier, so much more peaceful. You're creating more energy than dropping the cup of coffee and cleaning it up to react to it in the first place. Just become more sentient of how you are doing that. We are Archangel Raphael, and we are Saint Germain, and we have channeled. We love you. Obviously, if you are here, we used to ask, do you love yourself? But if you are here in any form or fashion, and even if you have left, at least you have an interest in yourself. In yourself, and you have an interest in creating a better, more loving you. We're going to go ahead and release transmission. We hope to see you tomorrow. Yes, we were going to do it at 6:33 in the morning, but for Josh, getting up that early is, 8:33 is better for him. So we are going to try it then, see what happens, and if not, then we will try the 6:33. But getting up at 5 a.m. to 5:30 in the morning to do that is, in the dawning, there we go, because it's good dawning. It's too early. Josh doesn't want to get up that early, to be honest. So we're going to move it to 8:30 to get extra hour of sleep, and we'll see what we can do with that. But we hope to see you in the chat tomorrow. We will help you meditate and lift you up, where we can lift everybody up into the grand source field with love, where we can lift yourselves up and push more love, bring more love into your heart and into your field. So go, we want to help you to start your day so that you can be on trajectory to help others and help yourself. That's just why you are here. You're not here. We are here to help each other, lift each other up. There's way more in that to come. Releasing transmission. All right, there we go. I thought that would be shorter. All right, thank you guys. We got 11 people here and 6, that's divine, and 6 likes. Thank you. Hey, here's David. All right. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, after the 3rd day, the hallucinations are fun. But they make you real weak. But all right, so I appreciate you. Thank you, Suzette. Millie, God bless. Ellen, let's see who else. David. Fatima, thank you. Hey, how are you? Blessings, grateful. And tomorrow morning, Anna, much love. Ooh, there we go. And all right, thank you guys so much. Tomorrow morning at 8:33, that would be my time. So that's 6:33. There we go. In East Coast. And no, that's actually 10:33 East Coast and 6:33, 7:33 West Coast. So there we go. All right, so I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. Thank you, Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael. And love you guys. And see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.